Hello, so happy to see you. Welcome to Moments. That's what I've decided to go with, and it feels good. So I think this is a good time. I'm Monique. I'm Monique Suddeth. I am known as Monique, also known in some communities as Coach Mo, and some communities as Monique Patrice. So I've had some lived life behind me, so there is a lot of space and experiences. And I think what I'd like to talk to you all about today, I think it's time for you to just really know like who I am, what I'm about, why am I even having these conversations, like what gives me the, I don't want to say authority, but like what gives me the, I guess we could say authority, what gives me the experience, or how can I be a voice on these matters. And so if you did not know, I have a master's in transpersonal psychology, which is basically what makes a human a human. A lot of union work, a lot of shadow work, whole person work is kind of the best way to describe it. And also I'm in the process of getting my doctoral degree in transpersonal psychology. I teach an MBA program. I've built courses, I've taught, I've worked in the it's escaping my mind right now. What is it? I worked in the nonprofit sector for some time. I substitute taught for a little bit. I continue to be a big sister to my little sister from the Big Sister program, who is a grown woman now. So these are just all of the things, the doing, and in between that, just having, and I don't even say just having, because it's not a just at all, having this lived experience of what it means to be human and a spiritual being in a human experience. Like, what does that look like? What does that mean? And I think for me, I am at a place where I'd like to share and co-create, use creativity as a vessel for healing. And that's kind of come around about. So I didn't even mention, so before all the other things that I named, I was also pursuing acting. So there's some work out there. What's really interesting is that when I was in the pursuit, I will share this, and in my mind I thought, well, I really love to sing, but I don't know if I can do that, or I don't know if there's a pathway for me to do that. So maybe I'll act, and then maybe I'll get the opportunity to dive into singing through the acting and just really complicating things. And so on this side of it, I also do music. It's creative expression for me, and it's also hoping that it's affirmational music for others. Like, there's something that people hear, and music's like that anyway, but I was very, very intentional about pouring that into my music and using it not only as an outlet, but like, I feel like music, I say affirmational because when we say things over and over, or sing things over and over, it's almost like an incantation. It's almost like we are like downloading it into our systems, like really into our bodies, through our brains, and like living into what we say as people. And so that's one of the reasons I well, I did the music for me as an outlet, but one of the reasons I chose to share the music and plan to continue sharing the music. So yeah, I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a sister. So holding like all of these things on my plate, in addition to pursuing passion. And I think the biggest pursuit is not necessarily, I don't feel like it's a career pursuit per se. I feel it's a life pursuit. Like I've really been looking for, I want to say maybe the last 6 years, maybe a little more, of like, how do I like really live my life and live into it? Because I really feel like we all come into this world, into this space, we come in with ourselves, like we come through people, but we really come like with ourselves. We typically leave with ourselves. So I'm really interested in what that like space, that in between space between the start and the finish. Because I was having this conversation actually with, I think, with my husband, and I was thinking about, if like we don't know the number, there is like, I feel like there's like this finite amount of days, amount of breaths, amount of time that we're given, and we don't know what that is, because life is so precious. And in terms of our living each day, are we living into that time and appreciating it? And especially during these times right now, I think that if I were to say I were an authority on anything, I would be an authority on bliss being an act of revolution, joy being an act of revolution. I would be an authority on knowing that life, adulting, parenting, caretaking, sandwich generation, being a wife, all these things that we do from day to day can be very challenging and very difficult. And especially when other, like the doing, the day to day can be difficult. And then also you add on other life challenges. But I also think perspective is huge. I really look at what is happening for me to grow me, to open me up, to but like cultivate more kindness, cultivate more humanity, cultivate more gratitude, cultivate more joy. So I think those things have been resonating with me, and that's why I think I am the person to have these conversations with. So hopefully this gave you a little insight into what I'm about. I do have some other places where I'll be sharing a little more, but I do invite you to like look through the playlists and the channels, and look me up, look at the link tree, just see kind of what it is that I'm doing. Oh, and I didn't share this. So I have named myself Monique the Creative Scholar, and the reason being, it's just an umbrella to contain all of the things that I do, because I, again, grew up at a time where it's like you pick one thing, you stick with that one thing, and it was very difficult for me to even wrap my head around that. So I do creative expression through music, through writing haikus, through painting stones. I do workshops that bring in creative healing, bring in coaching elements. And so I do transformative coaching, and I also music, shared about the music. And I've been published for my research with my research team. So the very first paper that was published is about grief, gratitude, and after death communication. So that all is, I'm just stoked, very, very, very excited about that. And I'm in my PhD program, so I'm close to the dissertation. I'm really looking at I'm looking at friendships. That's kind of what's resonating, and I look forward to sharing more. So like, subscribe, ask questions. I'm just gonna keep being in this space, sharing myself, and I hope that we get to engage a little more. So have a great one.